recorded live at 4ZZZ Studios Brisbane on 102.1 FM.
And broadcast across Australia on the Community Radio Network.
You're listening to Z Games.
With 10 years experience and over 500 episodes,
Z Games brings you the best in gaming news, reviews, community and culture.
Want to reach out? Message us on Facebook at ZEDGamesAU.
This is Z Games. I'm your host Paul, and joining me tonight, Zahra.
Hello.
And my new friendly friend Tom.
Hello.
Hello, new friendly friend Tom from Netherworld.
Yeah, that's where I'm from.
Yes.
I live there.
I love referring to Netherworld as if it's a different country. Welcome to 4ZZZ. How are you doing tonight?
It's a state of being.
What's the accent of Netherworld? Watch yourself.
Hello.
Bing.
It's nice to see you all. It's just my voice, honestly. I'll do all the talking for them.
Yeah. No one in this bar is allowed to talk at all except for me.
Yeah.
It's a very busy time. Tonight we are going to be talking about a few things. Tom is in here to talk about the upcoming Mario Kart 8 tournament at Netherworld.
Woo! Hell yeah.
And then we'll have a review of Oxenfree II.
Yeah.
Yes, many thoughts there. That's great. But before we get into all of that, we are going to listen to some news of the week. This week, it's provided by Zahra, who's sitting here, but has pre-recorded this. So please enjoy.
This week in gaming news, who wants Activision's Transformers on Game Pass? Does anyone remember those Transformers games for the Xbox 360 developed by Activision? The ones you can no longer buy digitally? Well, Hasbro has expressed an interest in bringing it up for the Game Pass. The problem? Hasbro initially claimed that it was because apparently Activision's not sure what hard drives they're on in their building. When a company eats a company that eats a company, things get lost. They did also follow up with an apology for saying that Activision lost its Transformers games, stating that the comments were made in error. Hasbro do really want Transformers on the Game Pass, however. Hope is that now that the deal is moving forward with Microsoft and Xbox, they'll go through all the archives and every hard drive to find it all because it's an easy Game Pass ad. So, who knows? The Last of Us knockoff is dead. A budget Switch game called The Last Hope: Dead Zone Survival bore a striking resemblance to Naughty Dog's The Last of Us, down to the gruff dad character with an Ellie-like companion. And as you can imagine, it did not last long, with the game being pulled from the Nintendo eShop and the game's trailers disappearing from YouTube. The game's trailers were less than awe-inspiring, and for those who decided to give The Last Hope a try, found their hopes dashed when the entire game is around 20 minutes long and horribly buggy. While the trailers being pulled can be clearly attributed to Sony submitting copyright claims, The Last Hope's disappearance from the eShop might be due to caution from the developers, Sony themselves, or Nintendo covering their 6 o'clock. Mutant turtles invade Minecraft. No, don't worry, the sea turtles in Minecraft are fine. But our favourite will be crossing over with Minecraft, which includes a special DLC texture pack featuring Leonardo, Donatello, Raphael, and Michelangelo, special maps for exploring the turtles' favourite haunts, and you'll even be able to battle enemies such as Shredder and Krang. This is of course on top of the pizza-scented Xbox controllers we mentioned the other week, all leading to the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles film coming out in a few weeks. Hype! Zoom, Guardians! If you're participating this year's Solstice in Destiny 2, you'll be thrilled to learn that you can now use sparrows in the European aerial zone. So you can get to the bad guys really quickly and then beat them up quicker than it took me to finish this story. Happy Solstice!
Yay!
And now for some upcoming games. August 3rd brings Adore for the PC, PS5, Xbox Series X, PS4, Xbox One and Switch, Flutter Away for the PC, and Tiny Thor for the Switch. August 4th brings Death Becomes You for the PS5, Xbox Series X, PS4, Xbox One and Switch. August 8th brings Gord for the PC, PS5 and Xbox Series X, Tower of Fantasy for the PS5 and PS4, WrestleQuest for the PC, PS5, Xbox Series X, PS4, Xbox One and Switch, August 9th, we'll see Legend Ball for the PS5, Xbox X, PS4, Xbox One, and Switch. August 10th brings Atlas Fallen for the PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X, Stray for the Xbox Series X and Xbox One, Stray Gods, the role-playing musical for the PC, PS5, Xbox Series X, PS4, Xbox One, and Switch. That's it this week in gaming news.
Thank you for that, Zahra.
You're welcome.
I had a go at Zahra for not including the Mike Patton version of the Ninja Turtles theme in there, but
No, that wasn't me.
someone else edited it, so I'm gonna have a go at them. They're probably listening, or they'll listen later. Toby, how dare you? An opportunity for Mike Patton on the show. We should always take it.
Always.
Yes.
So has anyone ever had like a guilty pleasure with like budget games, like the ones that like $2 and they are
I mean, not to spook myself, I literally do shows on this concept.
That is very true. That is very true. Yes.
If you're coming down to PAX Australia this year, it's not confirmed yet that we're there, but we'll probably be there. Trash game.
Nice.
Trash Enthusiast Society is what we call it.
It was just when I was looking up the situation with The Last Hope Dead Zone Survival, the Ellie like companion, literally that's Ellie down to like a red shirt.
Yeah.
But not down to like the details enough to
No.
see if it really looks like a person.
Unless they've managed to fit in quite a lot of story and drama and
Look, I know Sony's filed a suit against them now. I mean, there's some actual copyright infringement. I hope that's not true, because they're basically the asylum of video games. When you get the people making the just off where we're gonna get the new Transmorphers movie, things like that. If they're made with at least a little bit of like, someone on the team had some idea, some passion of some sort. It just wasn't cynicism, which it is 99% of the time. That's where you get some real gold.
There's usually at least one really cool thing, or like one thing where you're like, oh, that was so close.
Yeah.
just like, oh, whoa, potential.
It's like, this game is god-awful, but the UI is amazing. Some guy's doing some excellent work here.
I don't remember what it was, but like it was maybe 10, 12 years ago. I was in high school, and there was this game that was going around my my IT class, and it was, I don't remember the story, I don't remember the characters, but the music was just like, it was weirdly good. It was really good.
This is like retelling a dream. So I can't really, but it was great. There was a boat, and it was amazing.
And it was playable. The game was playable.
Other little thing that I liked this week, there's so Remnant 2 has been doing absolutely crazy numbers. It's blown past the first game by far. It's extremely popular on Steam. But the community found a new character type in it by data mining, but it was designed to be data mined. Ooh. So the list of things you have to do to acquire this character in game is insane, so it would never be accidentally found. So they put it in the code so people could look it up, find out this ridiculous list of things you have to do. And now there's another character in the game.
Well, that's fun. That's fun.
When you know that your fan base is the type to actually do all that sort of thing, to really dig in deep, like, I think it's a really good sign that they give them something to find. Like,
their attitude was, you can't stop them, so play with it.
Like, look, fan bases can be kind of like really, really hyperfixated children who have drunk way too much red cordial. And I think it's really fun when devs sort of allow room for that insanity to just sort of bloom and flourish. It's really nice.
Oh, you got to embrace it for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Otherwise, you just you go insane yourself.
Yeah. Plus, you've got to give material for the YouTubers.
Yes.
I need more fireside chats. That's why I always need a new Souls.
You got to give YouTubers a reason to put together a 3-hour-long video essay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's what it all comes down to.
A fun face to make for the thumbnail when they're fully surprised and oh my gosh, you know the face.
Yes, I know exactly the face. I can almost I want to sort of recreate it, but also this is radio. So listeners, just insert the face. You know the one.
Exceptions every time. Dislike, block user. No, I'm not engaging with you, Mr. face person in the corner being obnoxious. I like my obnoxiousness in audio, thank you. This is Z Games. I'm Paul, and join me are Zahra and Tom from Netherworld, which is his full name.
Yeah.
It was quite...
It was very changed. It's part of the contract when you sign. Sorry,
Yeah. Now, you are here to talk to us a little bit about Mario Kart, in particular a competition that's happening at Netherworld this weekend.
Yes, we are working with you all at Z Games to put together a Mario Kart 8 Deluxe tournament on this Sunday. So it'll be a good time. I think we've sold out the event. So we have a full 48 competitors signed up, ready to race.
But don't worry. Spectators are more than welcome to attend, check out things, and to put pressure on the players so then they make mistakes.
Yeah.
And
we fully support backseat drivers.
And also, technically, I mean, it's on the Switch. If you're not in the competition, you can still play Mario Kart there if you really wish.
I guess you can. People just bring their Switch and just like start playing Mario Kart in the corner?
That's the only thing we allow BYO for.
Okay, yeah, nice.
But it'll be a good time. We're running with the classic 5-strike format, where as you race, you'll be in a group of 4-player split screen, and first place gains no strikes, second and third gains 1 strike each, and fourth place gets 2 strikes. Once you get 5 strikes, you're out
of here.
But that means that everyone will be guaranteed to be able to play at least 3 games.
Yeah, at least 3 full cups.
Yeah.
And that's how we like it.
Yeah.
Everyone gets a turn.
Everyone gets a turn.
You're going to beat someone.
You're presumably, hopefully, you're going to beat someone.
You're going to find someone weaker than you and beat them.
This is the Z Games promise. You are going to find someone who is the scissors to your rock.
Unless that person ends up being a child. In which case...
Oh, children are so easy to beat, Sarah. Haven't you tried?
Except for one child.
Except for one child. And this child is the chosen one. This child will make a... I don't know.
They're a teenager. They're free game.
Yeah.
Just, they might just beat you up too. In Mario Kart. They're not going to physically beat you up.
Yeah, so Mario Kart will be at Netherworld this Sunday, so that is the 6th of August, and it will be held from midday to late afternoon. So feel free to come on down, enjoy the atmosphere, check out the players.
Grab a drink,
grab some food. Food's great.
It's all right.
What?
I only make it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
some of it.
I used to trust it, but you know.
Now that you've met the chef.
Now that I've met him, I can't resist it.
Now that you know how the nuggets are shaped.
Oh, exactly.
Do you do it by hand? Are you like just sort of?
Yeah, but I wear gloves.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now for general Mario Kart chat. Now, I said I was going to throw you a softball question, but I'm not.
Okay.
I'm going to throw you the hardest possible Mario Kart question.
Paul.
Hit me.
How do they make Mario Kart 9?
How do they?
Yeah, considering 8 has everything in it. It's like the Smash Brothers problem.
Here's the thing. I would argue that they have already made 9 in the form of Mario Kart Tour on the mobile.
Oh, you got me with a technicality. And there's the AR thing as well.
Oh, the remote control car thing.
Oh, I forgot about that.
There's also the ride at Universal Studios.
So we're really up to 11. Well done, Nintendo.
Jeez.
Well, scooped us again.
After 11, then they can just do the Mortal Kombat thing and do MK1 again.
Yeah.
I mean, why not? Just go back to the start.
Fire God Mario resets the universe, and now it's Mario Kart.
Well, now it's
again.
Luigi Kart.
Oh.
And
I mean, that's
everything's changed.
Everything's upside down.
Everything old is new again. But not our prices. Anyway, so Netherworld this Sunday, starting from
midday
and going to it being finished later that afternoon.
When it's done,
it'll be done when it's done. And if it's never done, so be it.
Someone's going to get a strike.
If it's never done, you can have a full refund.
Unless all the players sort of come together to just sort of drive around in little circles for the entire...
Still has a time limit.
Oh, right,
Please don't do that. I have plans for the evening.
Nah, it's all Mario Kart now.
Yeah.
Do you two have... this isn't a hardball question. This is quite a softball question. What's your Mario Kart mains?
T-ball question.
I disagree. I have 2 that I go for.
Uh-huh.
It just depends on who gets there first.
All right.
My ride and or die, is Daisy forever.
Mm-hmm.
Always Daisy. So happy that she's going to be playable in Super Mario Bros. Wonder. But if she's taken, I'm a Shy Guy.
You know what? Excellent choices.
Mario Kart 8 always got to be Villager because he just has the eyes of a psychopath. And DS, I'm a Dry Bones man.
Ooh,
100%.
Got to respect a Dry Bones.
I mean, yeah.
And you, Zahra?
First, Bowser. It's always been Bowser.
Yep, go rock the heavy.
Pretty much like just kind of like, oh yeah, I'll be a big turtle. If Bowser is taken, which is so hard to do, I guess Luigi.
Yeah, I thought you said Bluigi. Like
yeah, Bluigi.
Like there's been a Bluey crossover that I've missed.
Yeah, you did actually. This happened.
We could get into
Paul, did you not tune into the most recent episode of Bluey last week?
You think I ever miss an episode of Bluey?
Silly question.
Okay, so I keep meaning to throw to music now, but an old guy I went to film school with, he runs the Bluey studio. And he's at the Logies earlier this week when they're like announcing them, and when it cuts to him, he just has to like muck everything up. He's just with the glass like taking a drink but shaking wildly because he's got to do some physical comedy on the screen.
Yeah.
So yeah, good work, mate. Okay. Now, this is Zed Games. I'm your host Paul. Joining me tonight are Tom from Netherworld and Zahra.
Woo! You switched us around that time.
Yeah. I wasn't mix it up.
Whoa.
Yeah. You know, take you by surprise. Speaking about taking you by surprise, here's the intro to doing a review with me. Whoop, whoop. We're gonna talk about it. It's spooky. It's fun, or maybe it isn't. I guess I'll tell you soon.
Oh yeah.
Hey!
Let's go.
Something like that. Okay, we are talking about Oxenfree II: Lost Signals. Signals there. Had some weird mumble in the middle of that word. So this is by Night School Studios, who made Oxenfree many years ago. If you're not aware of Oxenfree, it's sort of a pre-Stranger Things-ish, even though it's not 80s, but it has that vibe. It's a bunch of school students, well, yeah, I guess they're students, but teenagers, they've gone out to an island, they're having fun on the beach, and then something goes weird, a bunch of radio waves come through, there's static and ghosts and time manipulation.
Normal teenager stuff, yeah.
But its big claim to fame was the fact that it really focused on naturalistic dialogue between the characters in the game. So people would talk, but you could interrupt people. They could be distracted halfway through a sentence. You could not respond to them if you want. This would then, become popular in like games like Firewatch and everything as well. But it was really ahead of its time in that sort of interaction. It was really good. And it was, to sort of spoil a little bit of it, but no, if you got to the end of Oxenfree, and as in you saw credits, you did not get to the end of Oxenfree. It was sort of a meta game that had a whole bunch of twists to it. So like your Nier Automata or anything, you really had to play through multiple times to fully explore that narrative. Now, they went off and made a few other games. None of them really hit, but now they're back with Oxenfree. Now, this game's pretty good. It's really good on the whole. So you're playing a completely new character in this game. You're playing Riley, and she's a bit older than the teenagers. She's sort of like, later early adulthood, so late 20s-ish, 30-ish sort of thing. And you've come back to your hometown, and this town is next to the island where the original story happened. And you've gone to do a job on the island, and you meet up with a guy, Jacob, and then things start going awry, radio waves again, things going on. Now, it's difficult to talk about. With one, these are games with, obviously, it's a spooky story. I really enjoyed this game. I thought it was very well put together, but every single thing about it is less than the original. Potentially, except for graphical quality has increased slightly, especially since eventually you do see some of the original locations and like, hey, that's a little jankier than it is now, but still pretty good.
Whoop.
So the big problems with it are that the first game had a bunch of people that knew each other, and you were exploring those relationships, and you were able to change them and make decisions and really get in there with people that obviously knew each other. This game's about two people that don't know each other. You can just blank the other person the whole time. It would be a very boring choice. But you can. And the game had the original game had a whole bunch of weird meta twists, which again, I'm not going to go into. And I was thinking, now what will the sequel be able to do? Racking my brain for like ideas and concepts they could try that haven't been done before. And the answer is they don't try. They really just go ahead and tell a straightforward story, which is good. It's not being distracted by gimmicks, but it does mean that you sort of just play through the story and you've seen it. And there's little depth to it at the end of the day. It ties up the original game very well. So my general recommendation is actually, this is a very good game. It's very well made. It looks good. The soundtrack by Scientific, without any vowels in it, is still really good, but it's not as iconic as the original because it's just derivative of the original. Because when I first finished the game, I came off really high. I was like, this is exactly what I wanted. It wrapped up the story. It was good. And then when I started remembering what actually made Oxenfree unique, it doesn't have it. It doesn't have complex relationships between multiple people. At the end, there's a big choice, and like 99% of players make the same choice because it's the only one that makes any sense. The other ones are just sort of shoehorned in to have some choice. So, okay.
It's like, what's the point?
Yeah, but it gives a good resolution to the original story. It's almost like a long epilogue to the original game.
Where, that's a nice way to think about it.
Yeah. And because I know I'm sounding very negative about it, and I'm trying to avoid it, but as a companion piece, if someone said, should I start with this? The answer is no, play the first game. The first game still plays fine. In fact, they updated it before this one to put some secret content for the new game coming out in it.
Oh, wow.
That's fun.
But you can just play them back to back as one story, and you'll get a much better experience than playing just the sequel. It's kind of weird. There's a lot of speculation about what happened because the game was supposed to come out 2 years ago, but it was the studio was purchased by Netflix. So this game's also available on Netflix. And you can only speculate about what that changed in the development because there's a whole bunch of things that might be loose ends, but they also could just be arguably why it was designed that way.
There's a lot of things that would have happened behind the scenes.
They're never going to throw a producer under the bus or anything. But yeah, it's just a good, solid game, but without the specialness that made the first game special. So yeah, I wouldn't run out to play that if you haven't played the original and you have a fondness for it, but I would still run out and play the original. It's a fantastic game. It's beautiful. It's got a great soundtrack. The whole dialogue system works well. The story has intrigue. It's a bit scary, but not crazy so, as I say, about the Stranger Things level of scare.
Right.
The second one, much less. In fact, everyone's kind of unsurprised by the spookiness in the second one.
Maybe they're used to it.
But no, they're not. The players are.
But you're used to it.
We're used to it. But the character's just like, a weird time ghost. Well, I guess this will solve the problem.
Well, Paul, if a weird time ghost just appeared in that chair right now, what would you do?
Well, it's not that long since I've defecated, so I guess that's not an option.
Well, I think we would pull up a microphone and invite the weird time ghost into the show.
You're much braver than I am.
Oh, it's much better than I would do. I would just pretend it doesn't exist.
Oh, my God.
Just blanket.
You too.
Look, it needs to start the conversation with me. I'm not going to start it.
Imagine being ghosted.
At the end of the review, the game is available on PC, Switch, iOS, Android, and PlayStation 4.
And Netflix?
Well, yes, but it's on Netflix on those platforms.
Oh, right.
So yeah. But it's also just purchasable. I played it on Steam.
Oh, cool.
On the Steam Deck because I'm a sucker. But yeah, it's so it's either included in your subscription or like $30 Australian. Probably better on the subscription, honestly. There you go. There's it. Now, this is Zed Games. I'm Paul, and joining me is Zahra Tom from Netherworld. Combine yourselves.
Yep, we just absorb people now.
We are now an amalgamation, and it's pretty fun. It's pretty fun.
Yes. Netherworld, brought to you by David Cronenberg.
Yeah, it's our version of being Ratatouille.
Wait, who's driving who?
The collective consciousness is driving us all.
No, the listeners are driving us.
There we go.
The listeners and the patrons.
That's all right. Like John Malkovich, you are all inside us now.
Lovely.
Yeah. Yeah.
What have you two been playing recently? Have you been playing any games, perhaps?
I've been playing so much. I've been playing Pikmin 4.
Hell yeah.
Which I probably won't get around to do. It's been quite the vibe. It is. Well, I think all the Pikmins kind of start like this. Terrible at the beginning because it is an hour plus of going through boring tutorials that aren't interesting. Yeah. Once you passed it, the easiest, most accessible, most thought about game in it. The last one still had the whole captain switching thing, so it's different in this. But as far as pure Pikmin goes, it is just joyful, and there's so much to do.
Yeah, what's your favorite Pikmin though?
I mean,
could you really have a favorite?
Yeah,
do you
absolutely.
have a favorite?
There was a big poll in Japan about where children were polled on what their favorite Pikmin was.
Yeah,
and I want to know what your favorite is. First.
I mean, I want to know what these children.
I do just like Ice Pikmin, but
you dislike?
No, I do like Ice Pikmin.
They're very cool. They're all pretty cool. Yeah. But they in Japan. They love the brand new Glow Pikmin.
Oh, yeah.
That's fair.
Because it's the new one. It's super cool, and they are very adorable.
And they glow.
Yeah, and then, obviously, red is the one afterwards.
Well, red's a wonderful
red
colour.
is such a cool colour.
And that's the end of that.
What have you been playing recently, Tom?
I have been really bad at clearing out my back catalogue, and instead I have been playing Fire Emblem on the Nintendo Switch Online. That is Fire Emblem for the Game Boy Advance.
A hot new title.
I played it a whole bunch when I was about 10 or 11, and I didn't know what I was doing, and now I do, and I'm enjoying the game a lot more.
You know, I tend to have the opposite problem with games that I played as a kid.
As a chicken, were you going to say?
I was trying to combine child and kid at the same word. I was like, yes, a chid.
A chid.
We've all been chids.
When I was a wee little chid.
Better than children, I guess.
Better than children?
Nah, children's metal.
I mean, what I mean to say is that games that I played as a child, I had an easier time with the game as a child than I did do as an adult. Like, favorite example, Jack 2. Blew through it as a kid. As an adult, I'm stuck.
Because I'm an old man, I thought you meant Jazz Jackrabbit 2, and I was confused by the timeline here.
No one's ever talking about Jazz Jackrabbit 2.
I'm talking about it way more than you think. There is still a community, I'm telling you. They did HD update.
Is the community just you, or...?
Yes.
Little from
Paul
column
is
A, little from column B.
the entirety of the community.
Yeah, it's true. Okay, thank you for joining us on this night's Z Game. Thank you, Tom, and thank you, Zahra.
Thank you, Paul.
Thank you for having me.
And thank you, listeners, for being here for us. Right now, we are going to say goodbye. See you later, folks.
See ya.
See ya.
Thanks for listening to Z Games.
If you'd like to listen to more, check out our podcast on Spotify.
Or follow us on social media at ZED Games AU.
See you next time.